So babe, tell me what happened over here. I went to Home Depot to get new grinding pads. So tell me what happened to this.
We're just trying to take the bimini part out, but they picked it up too fast and the whole boat fell. Just like that.
Just fell off the jacks, huh? Oh my God. All right, so now we're moving on to the next thing. Madeline up there.
Must be nice. I'm still working on the teeth.
She got one of the hardest jobs. She got definitely one of the hardest jobs here, which is scraping all that teak. So what I'm going to be doing is we're obviously going to be painting our transom because it kind of looks like shit or looks like crap. So we're gonna go ahead, they're gonna paint this for us. They're gonna prep it, paint it. They're gonna do a little bit of work here, just to kind of make it look nice and pretty. So what I'm using my tools. Work harder, not work smarter, not harder, right? So I'm using my tool to actually get in here and cut these off so I can just pull them out from the inside, because I'm replacing them anyway, because I mean, just look at them, they're falling apart. So, and it's not this from neglect or anything like that, it's just it's age and they're plastic. So, you know, I mean, those are for our drains, our deck drains and our cockpit drains. So yeah, I'm going to cut these off. We'll pull the hoses off from the inside. I already got the new through holes ready to go, and then I'll just put some sealant on that. Bada bing, bada boom, put it back together, and that's it. All right, so the next step in this process, as you see, I already did it on the other side. I'm gonna take my blade, and then I'm gonna kind of cut that sealant around the edge, and then pull those right through. So yeah, this is the fun part, because you almost have to be a contortionist to even reach in here. Because as you can see, that's where it is. So. And then I have this. Tell you what, man, yoga pays off. That's all I got to say. Oh yeah. All right, so one of the things we still have to do here is I got to finish cleaning up this this old backing plate so that we can put this through hole in where we're going to put our new countertop and our new galley sink and stuff like that, and get rid of this big old sink. So what I've been using to do this with is a whole lot of grunt work, whole lot of cursing, and then one of these babies. So works out great. You just have to be careful because I don't want to cut any holes in there, and as you can see, you just gotta kind of be a little careful, but it'll clean up nice. And then I'll come back over with the sander and then sand it all down so that the 5200 will be able to adhere to it well, so we'll get a good seal when we put in through hole. All right, let's do this. well, that's it. So now we're ready to go ahead and got to sand it down. I'm going to clean up some acetone before I get ready to put down the 5200, and then I'm just going to dry fit, cut my backing plates, and we're going to be good to go. So yeah, moving on. All right, now here's those backing plates that I made out of that top that we got from the salvage yard. Now I'm just going to sand these down so I can take off all of these little ledges and edges so they're nice and smooth, and also get the get this off the other side so we get a nice good adhesion with our 5200. And we're going to get ready. Next step is to size these, cut them, and then get those fitted in. All right, sweet. Talk to you in a bit. So the backing plates that we got off of those doors, after I sanded them down to the bare fiberglass, they're gonna be way too thin. So what I did was, they just happened to be scrapping a boat over here. So what I did was, I asked the people over there if they don't mind if I cut off a couple pieces of the hull. Now this is gonna make for some good solid material. It's about, I want to say about 12 to 13 layers of fiberglass in here. So this is going to be good and solid. And I'll sand this down. I'm getting ready to cut my hole for my through hole, and we're going to be good to go. This is Randy, everyone. Randy helped us out so much. He recently just completed all of the projects of closing a lot of through holes and relocating them. So his advice and tutoring was invaluable. Now he did also want to mention, and I do agree, please remember to wear all your safety equipment when doing this, because this stuff ain't no joke. It can get nasty. All right, here's a quick look at the outside. Now that we got all these pulled out, I'm ready to go. My hand's a little shaky because I was using the friggin' grinder for so long. But yeah, as you can see, we have almost a paper thin ledge right here, and it's tapered down nice and smooth, so that when we start off, we're gonna start with the smaller glass and then go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, so that each single layer adheres to the hull, to the fiberglass with the resin, all the way out to here. And then we know we're gonna get a good seal, so when it cures and we paint it over, we ain't gotta worry about blisters or anything else like that. Thank you, Randy, for showing me how to do this. All right, Madeline's still crack-a-lacking on this teak. As you can see, it's a lot of hard work, man. She's up here busting her ass.
I'm never gonna finish.
Yeah, you are. You're doing a great job. Look at this. Look at how good this is turning out. This was the old, and this is actually over here on this rail, on the tow rail, is actually even a better example of how bad it was. So I would say she's doing a freaking great job. Yeah. So say hi to the camera.
Hi, camera. Everything hurts. Sorry.
Everything hurts. So let's go inside and I'll show you what I was doing. So I was doing the same thing we were on the outside, tapering the edge. So let's go in here and show you the space I had to work in. So I'm in here. Have a little bit of have the fan up here, with the doors closed and the portal's open. And with the ports open and that fan on up there, I was able to go ahead and create a little bit of negative draft in here. And as you can see, look how pretty this is now. So, let's see if we can see this. Look at that. That's the tapered one. Of course, that's the other one that we're just replacing. Here's the other one that we're replacing for the air conditioner. Nice and clean, ready to go. Everything's ready to rock and roll. So So yeah, so let's get this done. All right, so now that I'm soaking wet, I can hop out of this bunny suit I'm wearing, and then we're gonna start working on the fiberglass.
We'll come back in and probably lay up several more. We'll probably mix one more time. I always leave a couple pieces around here just in case you have a divot somewhere.
Right.
So that as you're fairing this out and you'll find one spot that may be a little low, then you just take another piece that's already been wet out, fill the hole wherever it's low, and then continue working it.
Roger that. All right, so basically we're going to be taking these, wetting these, doing 3 at a time on the inside, roll it out, wet the other 3, or the other 3 already be wet, and then we're going to go ahead and roll those out. I'm sitting here, we're starting the mix, so it's game time.
Game time, game on.
By the way, thank you, Randy. You're awesome. All right, so we got all our safety equipment here today. We got our, of course, our hood. We got our respirator, our hearing protection, gloves, and of course, the handy dandy little suit. So that's how this rolls. So we're gonna go ahead and do this today. We're finally finished putting on the last of the resin last night, or yesterday, and let it set overnight. Now we're gonna come back through and we're gonna sand it down with some, start with some 100 grit, and then we'll just take our orbital sander and go through that and make it all nice and smooth, so that when the paint guys come in, they'll be able to go ahead and finish it off for us. And then yeah, I'm gonna start doing that, and then of course, as you can see, after that I'm gonna start working on shaving off some of the backing plates so they're curved to match the hull, so that when I put them in place, they lay flat up against the hull and get a great seal. All right, now of course, I know this sounds dumb. A lot of you who are watching this are probably already own a boat. Some of you may not, but yeah, this stuff, this fiberglass, is no joke, especially when you're sweaty. Get this dust all over you and it sticks to you, man, you'll be itching for days. So I don't feel like scratching like I got leprosy or something like that, and scratching my skin off, or like I'm on, you know, meth or something. So I'm gonna wear all my stuff, that way I don't have to worry about it. And yeah, it's hot, so as you can see, I'm lucky enough to where each side of the boat is in the shade, so I'm gonna be all right. Let's just get this done. All right, the final thing that we're gonna do before we get ready to put these in is we're gonna take our Dremel tool, and then we're gonna come in here and we're gonna clean these out really good, so that we know that when I put the sealant in there, the 5200, it's gonna really get a good seal all the way around. We already sanded this down pretty much to the gel coat, so that we're good there. And then we're just gonna sand this around, make sure that all gets a good adhesion. We're gonna do that on all of these through holes. Some of them have a little bit left in there. We're gonna go ahead and take care of that right now, so we don't have to worry about it. So the part of the V-berth we were talking about, air conditioner's out, and the septic tank is out. Now, as you can see, that tank was leaking, so it's got a little bit of nastiness in there that we're gonna have to work on getting the shop vac and getting that out, so that the whole place doesn't smell like Hey, what are you doing?
I'm taking all the silicone out so I can put fresh silicone on our hatch, because it has a small leak and I can't figure out where. And like every project, you just do one little corner, but then I ended up just doing the whole thing.